This was created by the Pike's Place Fish Market in Seattle. It's become a major component of our culture, and it consists of 4 building blocks. The first, choose your attitude. I mean, nothing is more important than choosing the right attitude. Be present. This means to be fully engaged with each and every guest. Make their day. You know, the difference between a delighted guest and a satisfied guest is creating a memorable experience. When you make someone's day, you've gone a long way towards creating a memorable experience. And last, play. Play also increases guest delight. Now, I want to kind of sum up the culture part of our talk with what we call our guest delight universe. Every universe needs a sun. Ours happens to be guest delight. Now, what orbits around our sun is what we just discussed. Our core values, our mission, our vision, key business drivers, and fish. I want to show you another way that illustrates our laser focus on guest delight. We've had a lot of companies come to benchmark us since winning Baldrige. And the first thing we ask them when they come to our office is, what do you do? It doesn't matter what industry they're from. For my example, I'll assume they're from the restaurant industry. And they say, we're a steakhouse. We're a seafood restaurant. We sell pies. That's what they say they do. Then I ask them, how do you do it? And they typically describe some processes. You know, we order from our vendors, we prepare the food, we serve it. That's how we do it. Then I ask them, why do you do it? And that's where typically they're a little bit puzzled by my question, because they've never thought about it. And then when pressed for an answer, they assume it's obvious. You know, why would anybody do it? We do it to make money, to pay our bills. Well, I'd like to challenge you to think of this question differently. At K&N, we work from the inside out, and we start with asking why. Our why is to delight guests. I mean, that's why we exist. That's why we all come to work every day. How we do that is A-player talent, world-class processes, and strategic plan execution. That's our how. What we do, we achieve excellence. You'll notice there's nothing here about profitability or growth or even sustainability. Those all come in much greater measure because we're all calibrated and focused on our why. I was inspired to answer our why after reading a book by Simon Sinek. If you've never answered yours, I would encourage you to do so and then calibrate your team. So how do we outperform our competitors? Well, we do that by overachieving. We think of ourselves as just kind of overdoers at K&N. There's 4 key ways we overachieve. First, we over-prepare. Take a new team member. Their first day on the job is spent in a 10-hour foundations class in our corporate office. Now, during this day, we're going to completely calibrate them on our culture. They're going to understand why everything they do is aligned to guest delight. We also instill pride in them, make them feel proud that they've been selected as one of our A players. They'll also receive a first day orientation, and even a new part-time hourly team member will receive 50 to 60 hours of training before they're ever asked to delight a guest. We over-communicate. And as you can imagine, during our journey, we had constant change taking place. That's the only way to improve. In fact, our mantra during our journey, as well as today, is this: change begins with a vision of becoming something better. Now, along the way, we created an innovative process to achieve buy-in. Managers go over new processes and improvements for 7 consecutive days. And then we follow that up by posting it on the communication boards that are located in all our restaurants. We overlearn. We use coaching charts. We coach daily on the guest side of the line. That just means on the side of the counter where you are when you come to be delighted. Now, general managers can choose topics based on key measures and identify any gaps that they may have. We rotate guest delight processes into our daily coaching. And team members receive immediate one-on-one daily feedback. This repetition creates sustainable behavior. We over-measure. We're an extremely measured company. In fact, when we got our feedback from Baldridge, one of the OFIs was you might be a little bit over-measured in some areas, and I took that as a compliment. We measure things like hospitality, order accuracy, speed of service. The picture you see there is of one of our replay analysts, and her job is to watch film from each of our restaurants, and she measures key metrics and then provides weekly feedback to each general manager on how they're doing. You know, I mentioned A players in the why diagram. We use this process called top grading, which is based on a book Brad Smart wrote. And a big picture definition of an A player, according to top grading, is it's the top 10% of people who are willing to work for whatever you happen to pay, whether that's minimum wage or $1 million a year. How do you get the top 10%, and how are you correct 90% of the time? As you can imagine, we have a lot of Generation Y working for our company. Yeah, you've been in there, you've seen that for yourself. And the Y generation needs a why. Jason Dorsey wrote the book Why Size Your Business, and we're actually featured in one of his chapters for this. Probably seen this on the wall. If you come to apply for a job at Rudy's or Mighty Fine, you just pull a little ticket out of that dispenser you see, and then you can call an 800 number or go to a website and apply 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Jason said there's no need for a pen. It's a complete, correct application.